What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 458th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. We are streaming live to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, so however you are watching, wherever you're watching, thank you for making the Sharpe reality a part of your daily routine. I always appreciate you guys' support. All right, let's go ahead and get right to it here. We've all been on plenty of job interviews, at least those of us who have jumped from job to job at some point in our adult lives. Now, some of you guys are lucky enough to have only gone to maybe 2 or 3 interviews during your entire lifetime, during your entire time in the workforce, right? You've been on the same job or same career for, 10, 15, 20 years, right? I mean, you guys are some of the lucky ones. But for guys like me who spent a good part of my, a pretty good part of my 20s, getting 3 or 4 W-2s every year, we've all been on plenty of job interviews. Now, some interviews, didn't really go that well, right? Like you stumbled through your answers, the interview picked up on the bullshit you were kind of trying to sell him, right? Your resume didn't really stack up against the other candidates. Listen, that's life. It happens. We get they can't win them all. There are some interviews, however, where you absolutely killed it. Your answers were on point. You vibe well with the interviewer. Your skill set matches exactly what they're looking for. You hit all the marks. You leave that interview thinking, dude, there's no way I am not getting this job offer. There's no way that they're not offering me the job. So later on in the day, they call you up and they say, hey, you know what? Hi, Mr. Sharpe. Unfortunately, we've decided to go in another direction, but we do appreciate you applying for the job. Good luck with your future employment endeavors. And you think to yourself, how the hell did I not get that job? I did everything right. I nailed the interview. My resume was rock solid. The interviewer liked me. The list goes on and on. Well, as it happens, I've been on the other side of this equation. I've interviewed many, many people for many, many, many positions. And the thing is most people you interview are more than qualified for the positions that you are interviewing for. They've got the experience. They look and sound professional. They have a pretty good work history. Their criminal background check comes back clean. Drug screen comes back clean. But when discussing all of the particulars in terms of the candidates with other decision makers, I don't use their measurables to make my decision. And a lot of hiring managers, they feel the same way, especially when all of the quantifiable qualifications are all basically the same, right? Now, the reason an employee goes over one candidate over another, assuming experience, professionalism, salary requirements are all about equal, is what's called the it factor, the intangibles. Okay, you could have 2 identical candidates in terms of qualifications, but if one candidate has a more dynamic, more gregarious personality, and maybe has a chip on his shoulder, that's the guy I want selling $50,000 magazine ads for me, not the guy who bored me out of my mind. Well, girls are the same way, guys. Now, first dates aren't exactly like interviews because you are the prize to be won, not her. The problem is that she doesn't know that. But what most men but most men don't know this either, right? And this is one of the main areas where most men go completely wrong with this. They either allow themselves to be interviewed or they interview the girl. A date isn't an interview, guys. It's a meeting between a man and a woman to decide if there is mutual sexual attraction. And men these days have absolutely zero clue as to why they keep getting ghosted on by women after the first date. They read all the dating manuals, they watch all the bullshit videos, they give the same humdrum advice, and it never ever works. We see this all the time. Sure, a girl may keep him around for a few more, few free meals, right? Validation, all that, but after that she ghosts on him because she actually finds a guy who understands that the purpose of a date is to escalate sexually to see where things go. Guys also fail to understand that they have a choice to say, no, I don't want a second date with this chick. They go in with the specific intent of trying to impress her. And this mentality is what destroys attraction. It kills attraction. Like the interview, they think they killed it. They think they hit all the marks. They think they did all the right things. They opened the door. They asked about our hopes and dreams. They showed vulnerability and so on and so forth. But then they're completely shocked when girls ghost on them. Well, the reason for that is because you don't have that it factor that girls are looking for. Now, women can't describe what the it factor is. They can only show you whether you have it or not. Fortunately for you guys, I can show you how to get that it factor that girls are looking for and for them to stop ghosting on you. So today I'm going to give you guys a few reasons, a few of the main reasons why most women ghost on you in the first place. Let's go ahead and get started here. Number one, this is a mistake that every guy makes. You took her to a sit-down restaurant. Guys, never, ever, ever take a girl to a sit-down restaurant on a first date. There are a few reasons for this. Number one, everybody does this. Every man takes a girl to Applebee's for the first date. Every man takes a girl to Chili's on the first date. You are the same as every other guy. You're not separating yourself from other guys. Number two, she hasn't earned it yet. Dude, I say this all the time. Never feed her before you sleep with her. This is how this works. A woman has to earn my attention. Listen, you've got my attention. You look good. You look good enough for me to approach you, right? You've gotten my quasi-sexual interest, but it's going to take a lot more than that to get me to actually feed you. Listen, I'll give you the D all night long. But as far as meals and drinks and all this other kind of stuff is concerned, no. You got to earn that. You don't just get to show up and get fed for free. Here's another reason why you should never take a woman to a sit-down restaurant. You're going to have the same tired old humdrum conversation. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So what kind of music do you listen to? What are your hobbies? Do you like your job? Blah, 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 blah. Girls go on 10 dates a month just like this. She is going to get bored. Another reason you never take a woman to a sit-down restaurant is you cannot physically escalate at a restaurant. Even if you sat on the same side of her as the booth, it's your first date, right? It's her job to impress you. You cannot, listen, she cannot impress you if you are feeding her. You're already putting her on the pedestal. You cannot physically escalate at a restaurant. Another reason why you should never take a woman to a sit-down restaurant on a first date is if she gets bored, and she will, she's going to whip out her phone. And I'm going to have more on this later. Now, movies are a definite no-no for first dates. Listen, I've done this before. I've taken girls to movies on first dates. Sometimes they're successful. Most of the time, they're not. The reason for that is you can't use your gift of gab during a movie. I mean, you can physically sexually escalate during a movie, I suppose. But this is maybe 5-6 dates down the line after you two have started sleeping together. Then there's the money, right? Who's going to pay for the popcorn? Who's going to pay for the snacks? Who's going to pay for the movies? Now, later on, like I said, it's a good idea. Listen, you get the tickets, I'll get the snacks. But movies are always a bad idea for first dates with women. There's no verbal or physical escalation. Guys, take her to a bar. Take her to a coffee shop for drinks. I prefer a bar. Bars, coffee shops, Steve the Dean likes to take him to feed the ducks. Spend $3 or $4 to get to know her. Right? Maybe take a shot or two, a drink or two. And even when you're at the bar, don't automatically buy her a drink. A go-to of mine, when I take a girl, or when I used to take girls to the bars on the first date, is I'll ask her, what are you drinking? And no matter what she said, I let it go in one ear and out the other, right? Well, I'm going to have a tequila sunrise or whatever, a Mai Tai. All right, fine. Right? So then I look over, barkeep. She's going to give me a blowjob, and I'm going to give her sex on the beach. And then I kind of wink at the bartender, right? Blowjob and sex on the beach. Those are 2 drinks. Doesn't matter. You completely ignored her. You've already started to sexually escalate. She's giving me a blowjob. I'm giving her sex on the beach. It's a double entendre. Girls appreciate that stuff. Guys, this works every single time. If you don't want to escalate that quickly, what are you drinking? All right, you're gonna have a vodka and Coke. All right, barkeep. She's going to buy me a whiskey sour. I'm going to buy her a vodka and Coke. You're not paying for all the drinks. You're letting her know right there. in no uncertain terms that you are not an ATM. This is not going to be the typical date where the guy pays for everything and you just get to sit back and eat for free and drink for free on my dime. Doesn't work that way. Girls only value what they are required to work for. The second reason why women are ghosting you on the first date is you didn't excite her, right? Barkeep, she's going to give me a blowjob. I'm going to give her sex on the beach. That is excitement. Girls want to feel something with you. They go on second and third dates with guys who excite them, guys who keep them on their toes, guys who keep them guessing, right? I just told you about my strategy. I just told you my strategy, right? Barkeep, blowjob for me, sex on the beach for her, and she's buying. She's a keeper, right? Now you're entertaining the bartender. And if the bartender is a woman, dude, now you're definitely in there. Because the female bartender sees that you're flirting with her and the girl. That's pre-selection on both ends. Hey, listen, man, if you crash and burn with the girl, there's always the bartender, right? That gets everybody laughing. Guys, I've done this dozens of times. Here's another go-to strategy of mine, right? Another go-to strategy of mine. A few drinks in, I'll just kind of randomly say, hey, you know what? I just had a crazy idea. I down my drink, leave a tip for the bartender. I grab her hand and I lead her out of the bar. She's going to ask, where are you taking me? Where are we going? Do not tell her, guys. She will be aroused with excitement. It doesn't matter where you take her. All that matters is that she doesn't know, and girls love this shit. They love it when guys are, hey, I just got a crazy idea. Boom. Take the drink, grab her by the hand. Where are we going? You'll see. It doesn't matter. Dude, take her bowling. Take her to the go-kart track. Take her to mini golf. Take her to the carnival. Anything adventurous. This makes a huge impression on her. Number one, it creates excitement. It creates sexual tension. Number two, she's going to tell her friends all about you. She's going to say, you know what? Me and this, you know that guy, Donovan, who walked up on us when we were at Starbucks? Well, we met at a bar, and like 10 minutes in, he said, hey, I just had this crazy idea. He grabs my hand. I don't know where he's taking me. We ended up at the go-kart track. He kicked my ass at the go-kart track. Well, what happened? Well, I ended up at his place. Oh my God, did you really? Well, I mean, I couldn't help it. I had to go. Listen, he invited me up to his place to watch his vintage collection of underwater basket weaving videos. I didn't have a chance. There's that plausible deniability. Guys, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your family members, tell anyone you know about my channel. I would appreciate that very much. Also, be sure to sign up for my newsletter at donovansharpe.com/newsletter. Again, that's donovansharpe.com/newsletter. I am putting that in the chat right now. If you want exclusive content that isn't going to be found on YouTube, social media, or anywhere else, sign up for my Patreon. Later today, I'm going to be releasing a video about a black woman, a black woman who wrote in some hate mail to me. She talked about the fact that black women had all the power in the black community, and that black men who are married to black women are much more happy and fulfilled than black men who are single. So that is a, I remember when that happened. That was a very interesting situation, to be sure. Very interesting situation. Patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. Again, that's patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. If you want to contribute to the show, you can do that via Super Chat, or you can do that through my Streamlabs link. That is www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe1. Again, that's www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe. And the number one, 100% of your contribution goes to the towers. All right, let's continue here with some of the reasons why women ghost on you after the first date. The third reason is you interviewed her. I actually talked about this a little bit before. Every guy asks these girls the same questions. What do you do for a living? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are you looking for in a relationship? What do you like to do for fun? Guys, girls get bored with this stuff. Plus, they always give the same answers, and they're based on what they think they're based on what they think you want to hear. When you ask about relationships, she assumes you are thinking about a relationship with her, which causes her to elevate her value above yours because she's not thinking about a relationship with you. She thinks to herself, this dude doesn't even know me and he's already talking about a relationship? Dude, she's sleeping with 5 other guys. She's not even, dude, a relationship is the last thing on her mind. Yet, here you are asking what you're looking for in a man in a relationship. Number 4, the fourth reason why women ghost on you after the first date, and this is a big one. You did not make her qualify herself to you. Now, what does qualify herself to you mean, Donovan? Well, this is easy. Make her prove that she is worthy of your time and attention. That's it. Listen, I'll tell you what's good enough for most men is that she shows up. If a girl shows up, she's worthy. If she's half decent looking, she's worthy. Dude, if she shows up, I'm gonna buy her drinks. I'm gonna give her flowers. I'm gonna do all this other kind of stuff just because she's a woman and she showed up. Guys, women want to work for your attention. They want to know it's worth something. If you give her your attention and your time and your resources for just showing up, she's not gonna value it. So now guys are probably asking, well, how do I make her qualify herself to me? Well, you can do this a few different ways, right? I'll give you a few of my go-tos. You know, you're not a bad-looking girl, but you seem to be pretty close-minded. Wait, not a bad-looking girl? I mean, does he think I'm good-looking or bad-looking? Then she'll say, oh, no, I'm very open-minded. And she'll go on and on about how open-minded she is. She wants you to think that she's open-minded. So she will try to convince you that she is open-minded. This is qualifying herself to you. This raises attraction. Here's another one. You seem pretty laid back, which is good, but laid back girls can be a little bit uptight. I actually like easygoing girls. She'll say, oh, no, I'm very, very easygoing. Very easygoing. Again, she's qualifying herself to you. She's trying to legitimize herself to you. You like easygoing girls? I'm easygoing. Big shout out to Javon Smiley with the $20 contribution via the Streamlabs link. Thank you very much for that, Javon. Here's another one. I like your hair, but is your hair always this blonde? She'll say, yeah, I like to change it up. If she asks, well, why do you ask? I get bored easily. Then what's she going to do? He gets bored easily. I need to tell him I'm not boring at all. I love to change it up. Again, she's qualifying herself too. She's trying to convince you that she is worthy of your time and attention. Here's another one. I like your shoes, but they look expensive. And I got to be honest with you, I like girls who understand the value of $1. Oh, I got these at 50% off, and I love to save money. Right? So the go-to boilerplate strategy for making girls qualify themselves to you is always give her a small compliment, then hit her with the qualification statement. Right? So the how can I put this? So the small compliment, kind of a backhanded compliment. You're not a bad looking girl. Now, and while she's thinking, wait a minute, does he mean bad looking, good looking? Then you hit her with, but you seem pretty close minded. Her mind is changing, keeping her on her toes. This builds attraction. You seem pretty laid back, which is good. That's the small compliment. But laid back girls can be a little uptight. I like easygoing girls. That's the qualification statement. I like your hair. That's the small compliment, but is it always this blonde? That's the qualification statement, right? I like your shoes. That's the small compliment, but they look expensive. You're not the kind of girl who spends $400 on shoes, are you? That's what you have to do. You have to reel them in with the compliment, kind of throw her off her game, get her, oh, here we go. He likes my shoes. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Now she's jolted back into reality. No, wait a minute. I don't spend a bunch of money on shoes. Nope, that's not me. I like to save money. Even if they're lying when they qualify themselves to you, that makes them appreciate your company more. Listen, girls assume that you want to sleep with them. They correctly assume that you want to sleep with them. But making them qualify themselves to you makes them work harder and puts them in the mindset that they have to prove themselves to you. Even if it's just for a one-night stand. The harder a girl works for something, the more value she attaches to it. That's just how this works. It is Wednesday, May 29th, 2019, on the 456th edition of TSR Live. Again, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Sign up for my newsletter, donovansharpe.com/newsletter, and become a patron if you want more. Like I said, guys, later today I'm going to be releasing a video responding to a black woman who said that black men who marry black women are happier than black men who are single. That is going to be exclusively on Patreon. And of course, tonight at 8 Eastern, I will be joined by Rouge V himself to discuss his recent lifestyle change. He's done a complete 180, and he has now embraced Christianity while renouncing that player lifestyle. And he's coming on tonight to explain what led to his decision. So you guys definitely want to check that out. You definitely don't want to miss that. That is going to be tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. That's going to be 5 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel. I'm going to give you guys the last 4 reasons women ghost on you, but the last 4 reasons, not going to be YouTube friendly. So go to donovansharpe.com/live. Again, that's donovansharpe.com/LIVE to watch the rest of the show and find out the last 4 reasons women ghost on you. Again, that's donovansharpe.com/live. Thanks for watching today, and I will see you guys on the other side.
Comes around, goes around.